The End Machine, Quantum Phase, March 8th, Frontiers Music. It's awesome. Listen to it. Thank you. Okay, I'll go into more detail. The End Machine, if you're not familiar with, is the, it started off as 3/4 of the classic Dokken lineup. Started off with Wild Mick Brown, or just Mick Brown. Maybe he's not so wild anymore, I don't know. Jeff Pilson, the bassist, and the incomparable, great George Lynch. After a little bit, a very little bit, Mick Brown retired and they brought in his brother. On vocals, they used to have Robert Mason, who is the vocalist for Warrant now, and he's recorded with George Lynch in the past on some Lynch Mob album, on one Lynch Mob album, the second one. Now, they have brought in Girish Pradham from the band Girish and the Chronicles, and that is, if you like melodic hard rock, that's a great band. So, how is this new album? This new album is killer. You can't get it out of your head. You can just repeat this thing over and over again. These songs are catchy as hell, and they fall right into this perfect place where it's not dumb at all, but yet it rocks. You can have the smartest song you want, but if it doesn't rock, it half the time it's not really worth the digital space it's recorded on. These rock, and they have a lot going on. They're smart, they're intelligent, they have many pieces, many parts. They're so well put together and written, largely because Jeff Pilson, who is not only an underrated bass player, because he's a really great bass player, but he's underrated songwriter as well. Killer songwriter. And when he and George Lynch get together, they always create some sort of magic. And I think this is the most magical thing they've created. And I'm talking about back in the Dokken days too. I like this better than Back for the Attack. I like this better than Under Lock and Key. And I like this better than Tooth and Nail. It's that good. And it fills that itch, that need. If you want some old school Dokken, it will put that smile on your face, because it's a bit of a throwback, and yet there's a lot of modern touches in it as well. Girish's vocals here are so phenomenal, so powerful. This is the perfect singer to complement George Lynch's ferocity on the guitar. You know, they blend so well together. There honestly is no bad songs here. Black Hole Extinction, the first song starts off and it just rocks, man. It's so good. And then Silent Winter, you've heard. I'm blanking on the other song that is just killer, and I love that song, and I don't know why I'm blanking on it. It's at number 3. It's their other single that's out. Come Hell or High Water, man, everything on here is just perfection. If you're a fan of that music, if you're a fan of melodic hard rock, this is right up your alley. Especially if you're a fan of George Lynch's guitar work. This is, well, like I said, I think it's my favorite album George Lynch has done, and I have listened to everything I think George Lynch has been on because he's my favorite guitar player. I have ever since 1984, and I heard Under Lock, I heard Tooth and Nail. That's been it, man. It's George Lynch. He's the one who first made me need to pick up a guitar, first made me need to beg my parents to buy me one. And from there, it's been downhill because I've never been able to get close to his sound, his tone. The thing that makes him so special is when you're listening to his playing, you feel like it's coming directly from his soul. You feel like it's his personality. It's quirky. It's weird. It's different. It's, I mean, it combines all these things that we've heard before, but it does it in such a unique way that it creates something all on its own. He's so unpredictable. His phrases, you don't know what it's going to be. Always coming up with something creative, cool. His sound is great. And it's all throughout this album. There's guitar solos on every song. He went through a phase where he's like, I don't really want to do guitar solos. It's not as cool anymore. It's cool. Guitar solos are cool. They're very cool. And on this album, they are super duper cool, man. I love everything about this album. Yeah, you need to check it out. The production here is great too. Everybody shines. Steve Brown on drums is just solid in the pocket, right in the pocket, and it fits the music so well. Jeff's bass playing here is really good. Some great runs. The tone is excellent, and yet it's just in the pocket as well, which is what you want with this type of music. And George is all over the place, and that's, you know, if you're a fan of Dokken, I think that's what it was about. It was about the control of the whole band, and then George's maybe lack of control in some points. You know, there was always stuff going on, and I love that, and that's what you get here. But these are probably some of the strongest songs that Jeff Pilson and George Lynch have written together. These are great, and Girish did the lyrics, most of the vocal melodies. He recorded the vocals himself, and it's phenomenal. Like I said before, this is the singer for George Lynch. The two are perfect together, and I hope they do more work together because this is killer. I love everything about this album. The End Machine, Quantum Phase, March 8th, Frontiers Music. You got to check this out if you're a fan of the guitar, if you're a fan of melodic hard rock. Doesn't get much better than this, man. Thank you very much for watching. See you.